What's going on, everybody? It's 4 o'clock. It's Saturday. So here we are, 4 o'clock Eastern, that is, of course, and ready for another catch up with Mayo. And, still trying to do these once a week at the same time. So let's see what we can talk about today. And we will wait for the questions to come. It was quite a experience last night. I tried to go live on my new computer, and that didn't work out too good. I'm not going on my new live from my new computer now. I'm going on through my phone, and that's what I'm going to have to do until I get another computer. So the picture looks a lot better. Well, Woodland, this is my old phone. By the way, Woodland, I owe you something of an apology. I was saying last night, oh, don't tell me it's a computer, Woodland. Don't tell me this. I don't know what went wrong last night. I bought the new laptop, and I had that brand. What is it? Asus or Asus, ASUS, Asus or whatever. And even though it looked great, everything looked great to me. Um, I couldn't get the sound for the StreamYard to work. So I'm going to return it, and I'm going to get a new laptop. The only thing is, I don't know when that will be. Now, we got a lot of questions coming in here, but I got to catch up because it's not going to be easy. Let's find out here. Hello, Mr. Beatles Pro, Mike Bass. What's going on? Couldn't solve the issue. I'm not even going to try to solve the issue. It's just too much, too crazy. Just going to get another laptop. Going to stick with either HP, Hewlett Packard, or Dell, hopefully. Did I hear the new Misery demo? No, I don't believe I haven't. I don't think I ever heard a Misery demo. So this is a new thing, I think. Isn't right? This is a brand new development here. So for now, it's back to my phone. Right now, you're looking at me and hearing me through my smartphone. So that's what I'm going to have to do until I can get something else. So, and it's going to be a while because it's going to be like at least a week because we're talking about we have the 4th of July here, and 4th of July is going to be a holiday and all this, and it has to do with my girlfriend and I want to go to the store together, pick something out together, and she's got a work schedule that kind of like is against the store. So when the store is open, she's working. It's the hours are bad. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to get everything upgraded to another machine, so to speak. But okay, Buffalo Beetle, thank you. I don't even know what the deal is with that. Or have I heard it and don't remember that I've heard it in the past? I don't know. Hello, James. Good afternoon to you. What's a good word? We're supposed to go to one of those big family barbecues on the 4th of July. Yes, we're supposed to go there this year. Mike, the question is if the weather holds up. Let's hope that it holds out and that we don't get rain. Because that's the one day I really like to go over there and have a big bash. Maybe even have a beer or two, which I never drink. So. Hello. Hello. You remember I always say I got to look through the bottom of my glasses, otherwise I can't see anything. Do I think George is playing on the new Beatles song? Sean Lennon said that yes, he's playing on it. They used George on it, so George is on it, according to Sean Lennon. Sorry if I don't have much to say. Just waiting for the comments to fly. Hear that Indiana Jones, the new Dial of Destiny movie, is supposed to suck. It's pretty routinely considered a bomb. So I really don't know if I would bother seeing it. I didn't see. Did I see the last one? Yes, I did. Right? Yeah, I saw that the Crystal Skull or whatever it was called. I didn't like it. So a lot of Indiana Jones experts say there are really only three Indiana Jones movies. First one, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Second one, Temple of Doom, and the third one being The Last Crusade. So supposedly that's those are the three good ones where they should have ended it. But I'm not a big Indiana Jones guy, although I do like the first movie. You know, just want to make sure I can still see comments if there are any. Okay, comments disappear. It's strange, when you got to do this on your phone, you got to keep on scrolling up with your thumb or finger. Take your pick. So, what's going on, folks? Yeah, I saw Temple of Doom and the original one. I saw the first three, come to think of it, in the theaters. I don't remember anything about the third one. And the first one I liked. Second one, I just remember that kid screaming, "Indy, Indy." That's all I remember about the second one, Temple of Doom. So I'm up for another evaluation of that. I'm going to see if it's any good. A lot of people like the second one. Yeah, I know Sean Connery is in the third one. I just don't remember it. What are my thoughts? Hello, David, by the way. What are my thoughts on Lugosi's the best screen performances? Choices include, out of the choices you've included, I think Son of Frankenstein is his best performance as Igor. And I think The Raven is Dr. Valen. I think he's great in there. He's also pretty good in Dracula as the classic Dracula, and also he's good in White Zombie. He's good in all those movies you mentioned, even the Murders in the Rue Morgue. But they're all good solid Lugosi. But I definitely give it to Son of Frankenstein first. Hi, Penny Lane. You're in my ears and in my eyes. Um, I did see the prequel to The Thing, the 2011 movie with James, but I saw it with my nephew, and I remember thinking it was like a kind of, if I remember correctly, it was kind of a copy of the other one. It didn't really seem like it was necessary to me. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, you can't might see over here, this cube, oh, you can't see it. This cube here, I'll point it this way. This cube here, this first cube, it broke. It's like you can't really see it from this angle, I don't think. But yeah, it actually these calyx shells are supposed to be so great. These cubes are supposed to be built that way. Yeah, it over here in the corner it kind of broke and it's tilting slightly onto So it just sucks. I give up. Uh, no, I'm not interested in the new Barbie movie, not at all. Hello to Ollie Perry. I can see the camera's bouncing. I'm sorry about that. It's the tripod here is very one of those tripods. It's not staying really very still. See, and if I lean on the desk even like that, it moves. So I apologize about that. Don't know what I could do different. I should try to make it stay a little more firm, but when I'm not using my earphones in here, my headphones, and the microphone, I should say, when I'm not using the mic, you can hear a lot. I hear a lot of squeaking up there, walking around, banging of things upstairs. So I don't know if it comes through to you too. Do I ever think Ringo will act in another movie? I have no idea. I don't think Ringo's interested anymore, but I always said I'd like to see Quentin Tarantino cast Ringo in some kind of a offbeat role, like a mean guy or something. I don't know, something like when he was in the movie Blind Man, the spaghetti western, in 1972. Something really like offbeat like that for Ringo. Well, a lot of people like Vincent Price, Goblin. I'm not a big Vincent Price guy. I respect him. I do like some movies of Vincent Price, but a lot of people like the Edgar Allan Poe movies with Price. For sure. Hello, Mark. Thank you very much. It's nice, very nice of you to say that you enjoy my perspective on movies and music. Thanks very much. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, David. I think that Lugosi's Dracula is the definitive Dracula. I just think it's a little too slow. I don't think. Yeah, I think the movie could have been better than it is. It's a good movie. It's good. It's a good horror movie. First real talky horror movie, really. But it's a little too dull for its own good. But I do still enjoy it. Lugosi's what makes it stand out. Well, him and Renfield, Dwight Fry. So I agree there. If you look at my movie channel, I did a review of it. You know, you have to look. By the way, it's a good time to say my movie channel is called Mayo's Movie Marquee. You can go like type it in Mayo's Movie Marquee. That's Marquee, and you can check it out. And I'll do. You can see if you go on the playlist, you'll see a Dracula review in there. Um, Otherwise, you can just go on my Me Mr. Mayo page right in the corner, top the corner of the banner. You can click on. There's a link. So I'm going to go back a few questions. Hi, Alex. The Dirty Harry movies. Well, the thing about the Dirty Harry movies is I don't know them well. I mean, I need to see them all really because I've seen them on TV. When I was younger, as a kid, I used to see bits and pieces of them. So I really need to see them to really make a judgment. You know, I kind of seen bits and pieces over the years, but not the whole thing. Uh, did you know Tony Randall really did have sinus trouble in real life? I think I knew that. I know he had either tinnitus or tinnitus when he hears ringing in his ears. I know for a fact that he talked about that, having that. Yeah, Udo Kier's Dracula is a joke. But I mean, I get it. I own the movie, Blood for Dracula. It's called Blood for Dracula, otherwise known as Andy Warhol's Dracula. Two titles. What's my favorite modern comedy film? Hello, Martin. Geez, I can never remember what. Like, well, I always say I don't know if you don't call My Cousin Vinny modern anymore, do you? That's 1992. But to me, the 90s is still modern. I like that, and I know that somebody that doesn't like that, but I think it's really funny. I don't know. I mean, there must be other comedies. Well, I like Meet the Parents, the first one. I mean, you know that. Um, yeah, the Elvis movie is over a year old. Yes, indeed. The Elvis movie. I forgot his name already. The guy in there, just Butler. Yeah, it's weird. How fast time goes, weird. I mean, that's for sure. And trust me, those of you who are not retired, if you think time goes fast now, and it does. Wait and see what happens when you retire. It goes even faster. I saw there's something about Mary. Yes, I saw that. I don't remember much about it. I mean, I know Ben Stiller was in it, right? And was it Adam Sandler or Ben Stiller? I think Ben Stiller, and I forget her name too, the blonde girl. But it didn't make an impression. Was that real drama last night? Not sure exactly what you're referring to, but if you mean when I was trying to get my computer to work last night, yeah, that was all. Yeah, that was authentic. Yeah, I was having trouble, and I was trying to do a live stream on StreamYard, and the audio would not. I couldn't hear anybody. I couldn't understand. Could not hear other people speak really clearly. They were all blurry. So, yeah, Alex. Good luck with the retirement. Be sure to check in. Let us know how it's going for you. For sure. Yep. Well, I wasn't trying to hide anything. You say you could hear me go nuts afterwards. I wasn't trying to hide anything. I could have muted the microphone. You have the ability to mute the microphone, and I could have muted it, but I didn't. You know. When you're working for a living, you live for the weekends and vacations. Time really drags. When you're retired, every day is Saturday. Yeah, but I tell you, it is getting boring. People told me, "Oh, you're going to get bored when you retire." I said, "Me, Joe Mayo, get bored? Huh?" I said, "I've got all these records. I got books. I got movies. I got videos to make. What are you kidding?" Well, it does get boring, but you got to keep yourself occupied. And that's what I try to do. There's an art to retirement too. If you're not going to work, let's put it that way. If you're gonna get a second job, that's one thing. What do they call it? A side hustle. If you're going to do a side hustle, that's one thing. If you're not, it's a real art to budgeting your time and doing something, keeping busy. The book You Never Give Me Your Money. I didn't read it cover to cover, but I spent a lot of time reading parts of it that I have in the other room, and it is a good book. It's recommended. You Never Give Me Your Money. I don't remember the rant part, Mike. I don't remember that because I was thinking of doing a rant video about it live. I kind of did a live rant video about it. Do I have a favorite 3D movie? Probably Friday the 13th, Part 3, in 3D. I like House of Wax too. Those are my two favorites. House of Wax with Vincent Price, Friday the 13th, Part 3, in 3D. Do I think I would wipe the floor with Andy Two Legs if I was invited back to Ken Michaels' quiz show? You know what it is about that show? It depends on how fast your mind is thinking at the time. It depends on what questions you get sometimes. Like I watched the last one that Andy was on, and I think he won again. And I think he did. And I was watching it, and I was like, I knew a lot of those answers, and I could have done really well. But other times, you don't know it's hard. It is. It depends what questions you get. It depends. Sometimes people, you raise your hand second, and you think you're first, or you raise your hand first and think you're second. Whatever. Think think you're second. So there's lots of books here to read, Woodland. Lots of books. I just don't care. I used to read a lot more when I was younger. These days, I read books just for information. I mean, just to get figures, facts for videos or things like that. Reference books. I don't really like Rodney Dangerfield in the movies. I'm a big Rodney Dangerfield fan of stand-up comedy, but my favorite has got to be Easy Money. I like Easy Money. I do not like Back to School. I don't know why. Everybody loves Back to School with Rodney, but I just don't think it's that good. I think that it's funnier as a movie, Easy Money. But I like him best as a stand-up comic. Was I able to settle down last night before bed? Not really. I was really annoyed, and I was trying to think of a solution to the problem. I sleep like a baby. I have no problem sleeping. I never understood what insomnia is, and I hope I never find out because I always can sleep. That's one good thing. But however, last night I was pissed off and upset and confused enough and frustrated enough that I was up for a lot. I got 2 hours sleep last night. To show you. Okay, I don't know if it looks it, but I got 2 hours sleep. You do these live streams. You try to be like, hey everybody, but hey, what's up everybody? Hey, yada 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 yada. But before this, 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I want to do the live stream. It was just, I have the Sandman in my eyes, kind of. But you got to do it. What call the Conan O'Brien interview? I got to tell you, I didn't watch it. Isn't that something? I mean, I have tons of interviews back here on the shelf with Beatles, solo Beatles from all countries, all decades. But it gets to the point where, I mean, I usually try to catch Paul or Ringo if they're on a show, but with Paul and Ringo to a lesser degree, it's the same old, same old. So I really, I didn't really watch, believe it or not. So I can't really say. Although I think he had some good words to say. I saw snippets. I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole hour, but I saw him talking about Brian Epstein, which was nice. Yeah, I was thinking. I don't know anything, James, about the Gunsmoke series, but I do know. I was like going around the channels the other day, and I saw Gunsmoke was on. It said season 20. 20. How many seasons does Gunsmoke have? Yeah, Rodney. I remember Rodney on the Howard Stern show. Yeah. You look good, Mike Bass says. I never look good after a sleepless night. Well, I started taking Balance of Nature. You ever hear about that stuff? That could be kind of controversial. Oh, Balance of Nature, that's a scam, blah blah blah. Well, I don't know. I've only taken it 2 days so far, and yesterday I really felt good. It takes time. I figure it takes weeks or months before you really feel much improvement. But I really, so far, I'm okay with it. Eat more bananas. I eat at least one banana a day. I don't like to eat more than one a day. Two is too many, really, but I do. I do eat at least one banana a day. Thank you, Ali. But hmm. Geez, yeah, Alex watches. He likes my. I can't believe it. He likes my Archie Bunker impersonation. Jeez, Archie Bunker for president. There you go. Well, this is an old patch from the '70s. There you go. Oh, geez, Jim, he says. There you go. All right. 20 years of Gunsmoke. No, Mike, I'm not sure I know that Tony Randall dirty joke. I don't know if I want to know it. So let's take a break on that one for now. Okay. It's okay. Yeah. I remember when I went to one morning I went to NBC Studios where Jack Klugman and Tony Randall were appearing, talking about the Odd Couple or something. I don't know if they were going to be doing a stage play of it or something. And you know, I, I, Jack Klugman was sounded just like Oscar Madison. Just like that. Because I had like a book to be autographed. I have a page in a book, and it was in a bag. And he said, "Can I have your autograph?" And Jack Klugman was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I go in there, and I'm like fishing around in the book. He goes, "Come on, will you?" He goes, "We got to go to another show. Come on." It was just like that. Hello, Kid O'Toole. It's an honor to have the queen of all Beatles media here, and all music media, and all Motown media. Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, etc., etc. Kit, in case you don't know, I got a new computer. I tried doing StreamYard. I had a disaster last night. I'm doing this on my phone again. So I got to, got to get another laptop. I didn't like the way the one laptop was performing, so the hell with that. Yeah, 1993, right. The Odd Couple Together Again. That was the year. It was 1993, right. But that's not. I don't think that's what they were promoting that particular morning when I met them. Uh, what are you talking about, Tootie? I don't know what you're talking about. I got a computer, a brand called. How do you say it again? I think it's pronounced Asus, like Jesus. ASUS something AS. It's not ass, but you know. And the guy at the Geek Squad, he did a fantastic job. He transferred all my files over. He did everything beautifully, and the image on the computer was really, really everything looked sharp. I loved it. I was playing around with it for a couple hours. I'm like, this is fantastic. I'm so happy. And then I did a StreamYard, and everybody's voice, no matter what I tried, I was on for hours trying this. I did everything. everybody's voice. Joe, how you doing? Computer, how you? I couldn't hear anything. Everything was choppy, and I tried everything, and it was. I tried using the Logitech. You have the same headphones. These are fine. These are great, right? We like these. But when I plugged them in, it was even worse. When I took them out, you couldn't hear whether they were plugged in or out. It was terrible. Picture. When you say picture quality wise, you look like Peter Jackson remastered you in HD. Is that like a good thing or a bad thing, Mike? Good quality or bad quality? The new rubber sole box. We know nothing about a new rubber sole box yet, David. I'm sorry about that. We don't know anything about that. When you saw the McCartney MTV special at Sullivan Theater, what was it like to be that close to Paul? Absolutely amazing. I did a video on it. Up close with Paul McCartney. I won tickets from a radio station, and I got this. It was standing room only in front of the stage, and I was about 6 to 7 feet away from Paul on a slight angle. I was closer to Robbie McIntosh. It's closer to him than Paul. Paul's in the center, but it just indescribable. To be that close to one of the Beatles that you've admired your whole life. If you can imagine. So. Right, Mike, and I couldn't hear anybody clear, and then later on in the stream, I started to sound choppy, my voice, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" So, no, I don't. I have no interest to listen to. I have no interest to listen to the Van Halen mashup with John Lennon, etc. Well, that's the thing, Kit. You say it's a decent brand. I went there. The computer that I always used was a Hewlett Packard. That's the one I only stuck with HP. Sometimes you tend to stick with what you're familiar with, and I was going to get an HP. And when I went there, everybody, my girlfriend had heard about this brand. I forget how you say it again, ass or whatever it is, anus or whatever the heck it is, and everybody said it's actually pretty good. So I had good reports, and everybody I talked to, like yourself, said that's a good brand. So I said, sure, okay, I'll try it. Then what? And everything was great. I loved it. In fact, it's funny because I went on live stream on StreamYard, and Doc Dacus was the first guest I had. And Doc Dacus came up, and I said, "Congratulations, Doc! You're the first guest I have on this new computer." And he says, "How do you like it?" His voice was a little shaky, and I said, "I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh man, I love it." And within seconds, that went to hell. I hated it. This was last night. I tried for a few hours. Different people came up, tried to help me out. So yes, I am. I am definitely in a Joan Jett video, but if you blink, you'll miss me. But I am in the Cherry Bomb video. I'm in the front row. There's a little clip from her in Tower Records from 1985, and well, I could say it's during the musical break. It's during the solo part of Cherry Bomb, and they show you pictures. And at the end, I put my fist up. I go like, I'm like this. I go like that. Yeah, like that. I just have a big mustache. That's it. Like, so, hello, Peter Boothroyd. Well, how's it going? The computer. I'm going to return the computer from last night. You know, so I don't know what's happening with the John Lennon camp, Mike. I don't know what's going on with sometime in New York City. I don't know what's going on with Mind Games. I don't know if they're skipping one for the other. There hasn't been a peep out of the Lennon camp. So you will sort it out. Picture quality was much better. You will fix the sound. Well, I'm going to get a whole new computer. I'm going to go back to a Hewlett Packard. I'm going to get an HP. I hope they have them. Or Dell. If I have to, I'll get a Dell. But I'll be Dell or HP. I'm not going to get that other brand. I don't even know. I don't even know if it had anything to do with the computer. It could have been. I also was upgraded to Windows 11. And I don't know, is Windows 11 a problem? Maybe because Windows 11 wasn't compatible with StreamYard? I don't know. Yeah, George, thank you very much for this. I was doing some research, George, and it did say something about a driver update. I did yeah, something about updating the computer, driver updates, and a lot of, this and that. I looked at some help tutorial videos, but now I'm going to just get rid of it. As much as I know many, many, many Dylan songs, and I have many, many Dylan albums, but I'm drawing a blank on the song "You Ain't Going Nowhere." I don't know why. I don't recognize that song. Yeah, the idea was they were going to try to put the new version of the One to One concert on sometime in New York City as a part of the package. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that Jack Douglas said that he produced a new one, so he kind of confirmed it at one point. So I think it was more probable than not that a Beatles reunion was possible if John and George would have been still alive. My feeling is, I've always said, is that I have no idea if the Beatles would have gotten back together if John and George had been alive. And I always see, I don't care. Like, in other words, I'm perfectly happy with the fact that they broke up in 1970 and went their separate ways. I think it's what they needed. Mentally and spiritually and emotionally and musically. So I'm okay with that. However, I always say that I think that if they were going to get together, it probably would have been Live Aid. I somehow picture them saying, okay, for Live Aid, let's do just a set, just a one time thing. But I have no idea. Hello, Matthew Smith, but you lost me there. Yeah, Kit, as far as the StreamYard compatibility issue, there may have been, but I just couldn't figure it out, and it was brutal. It was really bad. It was so infuriating. The guys were trying to help me, but every time they talked, plug in cable, headphone set. I caught like every 10th word. It was really terrible. So, hey, Tom Hunyadi, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I had problems with it. Yeah. So we're gonna get another one. Hopefully that'll be the answer. I don't know if it's Windows 11. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but the idea is we're gonna return it and we're gonna get another one probably well after the 4th of July. I don't know if I'm gonna have it in time for our next Talk More Talk show, which is July 10th, folks. I believe we're gonna do it July 10th. I don't know if I'll have a working laptop by then. I may have to come on like this again, but we'll see. ZJ, what's going on? Okay. Yeah, I was using Google Chrome. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. No matter what, I wasn't after several hours. I was no longer about to make amends or try to find shortcuts or cut corners. I want a machine that doesn't do that. For example, when I come on here to do these live streams on my phone, all I got is a little smartphone, right? Like I'm doing now. This is the case. I have a little smartphone, and the smartphone accesses StreamYard fine audio. So if that can do it, I would think that the computer should be able to do it. Oh, hello, Dusty Spins. Dusty Spins was on last night. Thank you again, Dusty. I really appreciate it. I really mean it. I just couldn't, man, I couldn't hear Dusty's voice. And I still have the footage. I'm not using it. I have it for myself, the live stream that we tried last night. And when I play it back, that's another thing. Even though I couldn't hear anybody's voice very well because they were all distorted, when I play back the video of that stuff from last night, everybody sounds fine. It's just me hearing it. An issue, I couldn't hear it. So I really don't know. Yeah, kid, I did read something about Ringo gave a new interview clarifying also that the Beatles single coming is John's voice is not AI. So yeah, a lot of people are kind of misreporting that. Yeah. Yes, Dusty, thanks so much last night. I just wish you gave me, Dusty gave me a lot of good advice, all the right information, proper things to try or troubleshooting. But it just didn't work, and I don't know what the hell is going on. So it was very disappointing last night with all that. Right, Kit. The Lennon vocal is not fake at all. The new Beatles song that's coming out, whenever it comes out, and however it comes out, it's not that it's fake. It's just cleaned up more, and clearer. The one, the existing vocal that John really, his real voice that he did for the song. I think it's time to take a little sip of water. I got to tell you one thing. Last night when I was doing the new computer, this cup really glowed. This cup, I noticed it really shined, man. This looked really like alien green. It really looked it looked even greener than it looks in real life. I'm not sure what you're asking me there, YEI, Ringo. Who, in my opinion, is the most famous and best musician that is also a Beatles fan himself or herself? Oh, that's hard. I don't know. There are so many people, in the music world that is so talented that love the Beatles. I mean, I don't know. Jimi Hendrix loves the Sergeant Pepper, right? And he played uh, Sergeant Pepper, the song, and all that. Is this going to be a real 45 with a picture sleeve on Matthew? Nobody knows yet exactly what's coming down with that. Nobody knows what to expect with that. We don't know how they're going to release it yet. If it's going to be a 45 record, MC64. I can only say this to you one more time. You said you think it's a USB compatibility issue with your headset. You say it seemed to work when you just used a laptop mic. No, it did not. It did not. Trust me, my friend. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but you kept saying that last night. You kept saying, "I think it's the headset. I think it's the headset." But the thing is, I've unplugged the headset, and even when I unplugged the headset, I still everything was garbled, and I was garbled. They couldn't hear me either. Even without the mic and headset. So I appreciate your advice, but no, it wasn't had anything to do with that. I'm sorry, I can't agree with you because it would have been obvious, if it was just when I used the headset and no other time, I'd say, it's obviously the headset. It's not compatible. But yeah, Aunt Mimi, Henry, what's going on, Henry? Do I own any Hendrix records? Yeah, well, actually, the entire album, Are You Experienced, is one of my favorite albums. I like that entire album. I have an original copy of that with the tricolor label. Matthew Smith, you're going on a Beatles tour of Liverpool? Oh, good for you, man. Good for you. I have never been, and I hope one day I will be before it's the end. So, you know, okay, where are we at here? Aunt Mimi wants me to come to Mendips. That's a new laptop. I bet you saw it. If that cost a decent amount of money, it will be better than your old one. I got look. All I know about my old laptop. My old laptop was like from 2011 or something. It's old. It was old, the old one. But I know one thing. I could come on here and I could do StreamYard. That much I know. No, I'm not going to do that, Dusty. I've already talked to the guy on the phone from the store. I want another laptop. Period. I'm not even going to go into it with them. Oh, I see what you're saying. Try. I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. You're saying try the new laptop with the headset and stuff. Um, yeah, I could do that, I guess. But as I said to my girlfriend, I said, "What am I? How am I? How am I going to do that? I can't perform a live stream in this from the store. I want to have people up there and interacting with me on screen." Matthew Smith, you just reminded me. How do you like the summer? How do you like? Isn't it beautiful? It's summertime. Matthew Smith, this is for you. Listen, this is for Matthew Smith. A salute. In the good old summertime, in the good old summertime. Yeah, summer, my favorite season, the best, the best. It's here. Hi, Henry. What was going on last night? I was having a problem with my new computer, the audio. That's about all. Yes, I love the song Grease, and I love Frankie Valli singing it, and I love that song. Yes, I do. No, I don't know that show. ZJ. Matthew Smith says, "Oh, shut up." I thought for sure you were going to say Matthew Smith has a patented word he uses. Bah. I thought you were going to say bah, and that was the end of it. July is my favorite month. Yeah, and you know what else, Ali, is great about July? You still have August. That's why I like it better than August, because August is the end, but you still got August. My favorite month starts today, July 1st. You have air conditioning in this apartment. Yes, I do, but not in this room. I'm hot in this room. Uh, I have a desk fan down here that you can't see, but desk fan right now is not plugged in. But and Martin, I think you're right. Martin says, "I bet someone more tech savvy could fix that issue. It's new. These things happen at the start sometimes." Yeah, I know, but it was too hard. What was going on last night was too difficult to explain. How in the world, I was wondering, would I ever explain all that to somebody? You had to be part of it. You had to be here. You know, I don't think I know the song "Walk On by Boston, but I know I like the song "Walk On by Dionne Warwick." That much I know. So I got a little break in the comments. I welcome more comments. I welcome more. And by the way, if my voice starts breaking up and sounding robotic, even on the phone, sometimes it happens on the phone. I gotta kind of like use this little plug it in the earphones, and take it right out, and it fixes it up. Live stream from the store. We can maybe get a live rant also. Sometimes you do. Sometimes the heat is unbearable, especially when you work outside. Oh, nobody knows better than me what it's like to work in a lot of humidity and 90 degrees as a mailman. But that's over now. Oh, walk on. I thought you wrote walk on by. I'm sorry. I can't read. All right, so I made a mistake there. Uh, I don't complain about humidity. It's bullshit to me. I really feel like that. Everybody does is whine about the humidity. Oh, humidity. Oh, it's so hot and humid. 6 months from now, they'll be going, oh, it's so cold. I wish it would warm up just for a minute. I mean, come on, give me a break. You know, uh, what's the last movie I saw in a theater? We just went to the theater the other day, and I'll be damned if I can remember what I just saw. The Flash. I saw The Flash. Check my movie channel out to see the review of that. My favorite Kiss song is I Was Made for Loving You. Say what you will about Kiss, I Was Made for Loving You resembles a real song. And it's catchy as hell, got a good thriving beat, really good refrain, really good chorus. And I also love Beth. Those are my two favorite, but I also like Strutter, Christine 16. Those are among my favorite ones. I like their version when they sing God Gave Rock and Roll to You too. I don't have any intention of seeing the new Indiana Jones, Peter, because everybody says it sucks. Everybody. I mean, I believe in, giving my own opinion, but it's pretty unanimous. I don't have any to see old man Indy. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to skip that. Although, my girlfriend wants to see it. I'm trying to tell her, well, we could see it if you want, but they really say it sucks. So there you go. Remember those? Oh boy, Tom Magnotti. That's in memory of Beans. Hey Beans, how you doing up there, Beans? I used to sing that. I know a thing or two about her. Remember that? We used to sing Kiss Strutter, the opening line to Strutter, and Beans and Tom would really be getting into that. That was my favorite memory of Beans. Rest his soul. You know. Yeah, yeah. The first three Indiana Jones are the best. They say. I've seen. I don't remember three. I saw one and two. I saw three also. I just don't remember it. I think I skipped the Money Pit. I know about that. Was Goldie Hawn in that with him? Who was in it with him? Don't remember. My favorite Joan Jett song is very, very hard to say. I love so many Joan Jett songs, just like the Beatles. But there's a song on her album Notorious that not many people know. It's a song called "Don't Surrender." Now, I would like if you're interested, I would like some people at some point, sometime, doesn't have to be today or now. Go on YouTube if you don't know the song. Listen, type in the song "Don't Surrender" and listen to the song and the lyrics as well. I really love that song. I never met I never met Joe Spinell. No, just think if Joe Spinell was still alive, he probably would have been at a lot of horror movie conventions. Who took over your job at the mail delivery? Are they friends with Anthony? You're not friends with Anthony. He's not. I'm not a friend of Anthony, but oh, Shelley Long is in the money pit. Okay. Joe versus the volcano. That was Meg Ryan, wasn't it? Favorite Pink Floyd song? Probably Comfortably Numb. Wish You Were Here is good as well. I remember, Meg Ryan was a real cutie back in the day. Then they put duck lips on her, plastic surgery or something like that. I don't know. By the way, I was thinking of a movie. I saw a movie on Turner Classic. I was thinking of making a video of. I have as another vote for one of the most overrated movies. People that love it, I don't understand it. It's a movie with Edmund O'Brien called DOA from 1949, I think, or 1950. It is a film noir, and it is the most overrated movie. I might even make a video about that. I saw it twice. I mean, I saw it a long time ago. Remember, I thought it was overrated. Recently, it was on Turner Classic Movies, so I saw it again. You know, and so overrated. And that lead actress, I forget her name. The lead actress, terrible, oh, really bad acting. Um, is Anthony still doing layaway on that awful Frankenstein figure? You know what's funny? Well, no, if you watch the video, I did a video where Anthony goes to pick it up. He picked it up. He's not doing layaway. He picked it up. He paid it off, and he picked it up. And he said to me the other day he was thinking of selling it. I hope I didn't shame him into it because I really don't like the look of that Frankenstein. It looks like he's got eyebrows stuff. So not sure about that, but that's Anthony does that a lot. He buys something, and then he winds up selling it to buy something else. Do I like fish? Yeah, I like fish. Sure, absolutely. Salmon is probably my favorite, but fish. Oh, you mean the group fish or fish? Wait a minute. The music by Fish or fish, the food. Too bad about Edmund O'Brien being in a sanatorium later on in his life, but yeah. Hey Thomas, I wanted to say something. Thomas called and I was going to make a video. Listen, um, are you familiar with YouTube handles? I think you're one of the people, if I'm not mistaken, that I don't recognize you in my comments anymore. Because if you have something different, if your screen name is Thomas Calden, and your handle is something different than Thomas Calden, I don't think I'll recognize it in the comments because the comments now on YouTube highlight your handle. So, like, I could be Mean Mr. Mayo, but if I call myself 23 Skidoo as a handle, when I go on people's videos to comment, it'll say 23 Skidoo. And they better know it's me, but how else would they know that? I'm not going to sing Helter Skelter no matter how many times today. Yes, they remade DOA with Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. That's what made me think of DOA, the original one, because I remember they remade it when I said Meg Ryan earlier, talked about her earlier. The most underrated band ever. Wow, there must be an answer to that too, Martin. There must be the Monkees. There you go. Monkees are underrated. There's probably better answers than that, but and if Thomas Calden, if you're still listening, here when you come on live streams like this, your name Thomas Calden is there, not a problem. I'm talking about specifically if you make comments on videos. I think it doesn't show that name. Yeah, Mike, I don't know when I'm going to get going with the Batman reviews. Man, yeah, I found a new person making videos. She's a young woman, and I don't know if it's her name, but the name was Jerome. I forget the last name, but I just discovered this person makes fantastic videos talking about old movies, and she's probably in like early 30s, 30s, early 30s, and she watches all kinds of Universal monsters and you know just old movies in general, film noir, uh, and I really liked it. I subscribed, so there you go. Yes, yes, yes. Do I like metal, not that I know of, but if I hear something, if I hear something that sounds good, I'll like it. I probably like some metal. Don't even know it, but Ms. Mayo is not a big fan of horror movies at all, but occasionally she likes Alien. She went with me to see Alien at a Fathom events or revival. Um, she watched Horror Express with me the other night. That's a movie I haven't made. I should have made a video. Once again, I'll alert you all to my movie channel called, you ready for this? Mayo's Movie Marquee. So please go over there and subscribe. I'm trying to lift that thing out of the hole, but it's not really going up much. It's like, you don't really get the feeling anybody's watching your videos, although they obviously are. They get like a couple of hundred views, a few hundred, but and a comment here and there. But I don't blame people if it's a topic you're not interested in. Why would you watch? You know, so I get that. Makes perfect sense. So thank you. You've been subscribed to the movie channel for years. Thank you, ZJ. 62nd Street and Frank Sinatra's Party. Those are two good McCartney songs. I do have to agree with you. They're bonus songs from the Egypt Station era, more or less. And I like them. Those are good songs. Better than some of the songs that made the album, in my opinion. But anyway, Thomas enjoys DOA for stylistic reasons. I just think it looks like I just don't get that feel out of it. I'm not, I'm sorry to disagree with you. I just don't get it, and I don't think there's any tension. It doesn't feel tense. It doesn't feel very tense to me. Or like oh, the time's running out, this and that. And I don't understand too. If I found out that I'd been poisoned and I had a very limited time to live, as a matter of fact, I think they say you could be dead. You could be dead in a day or a week. I mean, it's not very long. I'm not gonna. What good is it gonna do me running around looking for the killer? To kill. I don't get it. I'd rather spend the last day of my life doing something else. Maybe like I don't know, being with some women or something like that. I don't know, or whatever, or with some friends, or hanging out. I don't know, settling my final affairs and arrangements. I mean, okay, so I got screwed. I drank a poison drink. Uh, yes, indeed, Mike Bass. Free Your Soul, great Ringo song, or a good one anyway. Hmm. Yes, indeed, he do. Now, some of you may not know, and a lot of you maybe know that we absolutely are going to have a chat. We always try to do it on Tuesday nights over on the movie channel, Mayo's Movie Marquee, and it's a movie chat, with Tom and Yachty and Tim Allen and Gary of Gary's Comics and Movies. Sometimes Beetle Babe joins us, and that's going to be Tuesday. We do that every Tuesday night about 7:30 p.m. is the time lately over at the Mayo's Movie Marquee channel. No, well, that's cool, Tom. Hey, look, Thomas, I'm in the minority again. I acknowledge that. I acknowledge when somebody likes something a lot and I don't, and I'm the oddball. I get it. I feel the same way with things that opposite with me, and somebody doesn't like it, something that I like. Same thing as the Pet Sounds album. I think I don't like it at all, and it's considered a classic, and I'm the odd man out. I get it. I accept it. I own it. I don't own the album. I own the criticism. Yeah, Follow the Boys by Connie Francis. Yes, indeed. Yes, I know that. What is your favorite George Romero Dead movie? Believe it or not, my favorite one is Day of the Dead, the third one. Probably his best of the Dead movies is probably Night of the Living Dead, the first one, classic. but it's one that I've seen too many times. And I think the second one, Dawn of the Dead, is one of the most overrated horror films of all time. I think the zombies look lousy, the makeup's lousy. It's comical, it's silly in spots, and uh, Day of the Dead is pretty intense. So Day of the Dead is my favorite of the Romero films. Martin says Ringo is loved amongst Beatles fans more than George. Well, I don't know where you get that from because I see a lot of love for George out there. A lot of love for George. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's different where you are. I don't know in England, but well, you're in England, aren't you? I think you are, or thereabouts, or somewhere. But well, it's about an hour that I've been doing this now, and I like to keep these short for like an hour, but it seems like it goes so fast, and then I can't do this again really like this for another week. I try not to. You know me. I go live a lot. I enjoy going live, so I will go live sometimes impromptu from the car, or hanging out or something, or record store. Who do you think was a more talented musician, John or George? Oh, I don't know. I guess George, but not by much. Yes, Mr. Beatles Pro. I got a room in February for the Beatle Fest. I hope you're going to be there. I forget if you're going to be there or not. Hope you're going to be there. Yes, I've spilled ketchup on a good shirt before. It's a lot of times why I wear black. I tend to wear black out to eat like this, and with stuff like this, that if I spill anything on it, I can just take the water from the glass and you wipe it right off this design. It actually comes in handy. It's like a built-in bib. So yeah. James Stamper, hello. Watched you for a long time. I love the videos, especially the rant videos. I was thinking about one at work and started laughing. Keep it up, brother. Thank you so much, brother. That's nice to hear from new people that I don't usually hear from. That's nice. And all you, believe me, I love all you guys and gals too that are, you know, regulars. And yeah, Matthew Smith's going to Chicago Fest next month. George tends to be the most untouchable Beatle, by far the most immune to criticism. That could be right. They have adult bibs on Amazon. Yeah. Do I just want to forget about it, or am I planning on an explosive rant video on the how's it called? Asus or Asus a, uh, laptop? No. I'll make a rant if I get another one by Hewlett Packard or Dell or something. I get the same problem. Then I'll go crazy. Um, but I think I ranted enough live on that one. But this was disappointing. Again, not to beat a dead horse, but or a dead pony. But there you have it. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes, despite my best efforts, I'm only human. Sometimes I do the best I can. I take my shirt, I put my hand over it, I go forward, and sometimes I drop something. Yep. Yeah, John, I think, is the coolest Beatle, personally. George might be the most stylish, but I think Ringo's stylish as well. Just get Apple and be done with it. Nope. No, thank you. And I don't know any. I mean, I'm not good with this stuff, Matthew. I don't know what's what. John is the least criticized Beatle. Are you out of your mind? Come on. Come on. I really think that has to stop, though. He's so criticized. I'm so tired of it. It's so pathetic. It doesn't matter if you see a picture of John on Facebook or on any kind of social media, YouTube, anything, or a video, right away in the comments. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you right here before I go. Okay, when I got the computer yesterday, when I got that computer fixed, the guy that was at the Geek Squad, we got to talking about the Beatles because he could see that I like the Beatles by looking at my videos and stuff. And he says to me, who's your favorite Beatle, Paul? And I said, no, actually, John is my favorite. He goes, oh, I don't really like John. And I said, well, why? And he said, why is that? And he said, well, being with Yoko and all that, and, when he was on the Chuck Berry show and Yoko was on the show, I'm like, right away, we talk about the name John comes up right away, Yoko and Chuck Berry show, or Mike Douglas, I should say, the Mike Douglas show with Chuck Berry. And right away, it's like pound, pound, pound. And I think it's sad. I think it's very sad. I definitely have to have Jude Kessler on, the author. And I don't have her book handy. I have her side. And we have to talk about this because she feels the same as I do. It's pathetic. You can't talk about John in any form these days. Although actually maybe Martin's saying that just to get a rise out of me. Okay, Penny Lane, thank you for being here. Yeah, Martin's doing trolling again. Uh okay, I'm gonna be getting off soon, Penny Lane, anyway. So yeah, Paul's the best musician, yes indeed. And yes, I think politics has to do a lot with the negative opinion towards John, but that was a long time ago. Uh, yeah. And on that note, I'm going to say thanks for everybody for being here. Okay. It's been pretty much fun as it always is. As you know, I'm going to try to do these every Saturday this time. That's 4 o'clock Eastern time. So figure the time depending on where you live, either before or after. And 4 o'clock Eastern, I do these weekly chats. Well, if you hurry up with a quick question, I can answer it, Astro Zombie. I'll try, unless you want to save it for next time. You let me know. And don't forget to go to my other chat on the movie channel, Mayo's Movie Marquee, which we have a chat about movies and TV and stuff like that. And that's definitely going to be Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay, James Stamper has an opinion question. Do you think A Hard Day's Night was one of the best Beatles albums musically? And for that, I'll give you a very emphatic yes, I do think so. Yeah. So thank you very much, James. Come back next time or whenever. I appreciate it. Any new blood is always good, and the old blood is always perfectly appreciated. John released albums with Yoko as John and Yoko would you like to see go back to just John had he not been murdered. As much as I defend Yoko, I just basically uh, have to say the thing is I defend Yoko primarily because she made John happy and John chose her and John wanted her and needed her. So even though I personally, as a fan, would selfishly have preferred that John kind of do like he did with Walls and Bridges. Like I like the Walls and Bridges album because that's John kind of on his own, so to more or less, right? Pretty much, not under Yoko's influence. But I that's why I accept it. But yeah, would I've liked it? Yes, I would have liked John to go on his own sometimes, and I think he would have. I think he'd have some albums just John alone, no Yoko tracks. But I'll end by saying, and I love the Yoko tracks on Double Fantasy. I think that they really highlight the Double Fantasy album. Yoko's got some great songs on there. Okay. Thank you all. Talk soon.